with us. You're stuck with Winter. I'm stuck with Winter too, so don't worry about it,
Hey,
guys.
hey, be nice to me.
Okay, we got 4 days to get through. I should be nice to you because we don't want to start off on a bad note. But we'll be casting games over the next 4 days. We've got Empire versus LG to kick things off. You catch some of Empire earlier today, Winter.
Just one game on the other games.
Yep.
Too many games going on at the same time, so pretty difficult to catch everything.
They got a draw though. They took game 1 against Secret.
I saw the Shadow Demon Luna game.
Some good old dirty tactics coming back. But with Resolution in the mix, it's kind of interesting. Normally you think team with a stand-in. Theoretically, that's going to make them weaker because it's not the team they've been practicing with, but Resolution is phenomenal in his own right as an individual player.
Yeah, some might say he's an upgrade in some ways, like more experience, or it's more in for the team. Maybe he can't play something like a lesser hero pool compared to Chappie, but he does provide more in terms of how to play around him.
Definitely, like you say, the experience I think is a big thing. Empire is a team who doesn't have that big LAN experience. They've gone to a few smaller LANs, had some okay results. I think DAC they did pretty well, finishing like middle of the pack. But player like Resolution, he's got second at TI. He's done incredible things. Though his hero pool is definitely not quite the same as Chappie, so they are maybe gonna have to change their strats a bit. But those are kind of those niche picks like the Chappie, Meepo, the PA. Aquaden, yeah. So it is maybe a lot of Empire's core strategies that they're going to have to change up, but you know, that could be a good thing as well. Like, that makes them more unpredictable. Like, you thought you knew what Empire's going to do, now they've got Resolution. I'm sure everyone's coming into a match against Empire like, who are we versing? Like, what is this team going to do? LGD, on the other hand, full 5-man roster, as with every other 17 teams here at the International. And they are going to be doing some LGD things. Kunkka, Ancient Apparition, pretty staple support duo for them. Yep. No big surprises.
So many games run this duo. Kunkka, a very good in fights. Like LGD has always been, like both the LGD teams, they are pretty much picking a lot of the same thing. They pick a lot of team fights. Kunkka is really good against the Faceless Void opening from Empire. Drop the Chrono and then you counteract it. Fights very good against the fight and you have a low. Most of the time you're gonna have there.
10 seconds remaining.
Oracle as well, another hero that I think rising. It's the last event since ML.
Yep. EG picked it in both of their games earlier today.
Yeah.
Most notable for me as the series I was following a bit on the mainstream.
Yeah, there was one game it was against the Bad so that's straightforward. But the other game, can't remember.
Was it also against Bat Rider?
Maybe. But
I think it was both games.
The hero is already, I think, pretty good right now. He does provide a lot in terms. Good in the lane. I would say the talents are pretty. Kind of like the talent. And right now, Void plus Oracle, not something that that has a lot of synergy together, but it's pretty good against the Kunkka AA. They are both magic based. They deal a lot of magic damage. Fate's Edict is going to be able to counter that.
Yep. So if someone gets X and you know they're about to get initiated on, if Oracle's behind them, they can theoretically bail them out a little bit with either the Fate's Edict or the False Promise.
And right now, LGD in the second phase, they ban out OD, TP. Two of the heroes that are really good with the Oracle and with the Faceless Void. Very good synergy heroes with the current two picks of Team Empire. Empire, on the other hand, they have removed Ben.
Empire is also a team who traditionally, I'm not sure if it changes with Resolution coming in, would run that mid carry. Like FN in the mid role was more of a carry than Chappie, for example. It seems like that may still apply with Resolution. We'll have to wait and see, but FN definitely is a very greedy mid player.
In the game where I watched, they had the Luna. They pretty much have two very heavy farming heroes. They actually had Luna, Queen of Pain, and Faceless Tricor. So I would say they were pretty greedy.
Yep.
All three of them want a certain amount of farm to be able to.
We're going to make it this big team fight for LGD. They get the Magnus. We're going to be seeing some big 5v5 action.
Maybe Magnus. Not sure what they're going to go for. There's a lot of combination Magnus, but it does tell us that team fight is the way.
Yep.
Fight on top of team fight. How do pretty much a few ways you can respond to heavy team fight. You can go for like wave clear in terms of your overall lineup, so that you constantly push out the waves and you make it very difficult for the enemy team. Bum and 5 men. They go for the clockwork. Good hero against
Theoretically, even could be good against Magnus. If you find him with a rocket flare, you can initiate on him. So, see if that's a pick that works out. And also leaves their draft very open. I think there's a lot of question marks about where heroes are going for Team Empire. You've got Clockwork, who can be played as an off-lane, as well as a 4th-position hero. And then you've got Faceless Void, who can be a carry or an off-laner. So I think Empire's drafts and lanes, until maybe this 4th pick, hard to predict. Now it gets a little bit easy. You see the Enigma. You're expecting this as a core hero in the off-lane, the Clockwork as support. Now you know that Void is going to be a safe lane farmer.
oh, you wish you could pick Rubik right now.
Well, they've got a ban to protect it. Obviously, Rubik is not going to be that ban because they've got AA. Unless they're on a mid Rubik, which,
Yeah,
you
probably
know,
not.
if it was like Liquid, you'd be like, ah, Miracle's probably asking for it. And we'll see what the response is going to be.
Enigma, one of Ghost Stick's comfortable heroes. Pubs I see. So as their officials. Pretty good here.
You mentioned they ran a tri-core lineup. This is, again, similar kind of thing.
Yeah.
Farming off-laner, farming carry. FN is always going to want farm, so expect to see him on some Quap, Puck,
On the
whatever
other
mid.
hand, they are going to be able to balance it out with Oracle and Clockwork. The support duo that doesn't really, like, if you look at their support duo, none of them need a lot. They just pretty much need their levels and they're good to go. So that's how you balance out when you have 3 farming cores. You have a 4 and 5 that doesn't really need to.
Really seems like the overall sentiment from the two drafts is big team fight, though. You've got the Magnus, Kunkka, AA. LGD saw the Void, and they're like, we're going to pick a Magnus. We're going to counter with a Kunkka. Let's get team fight. And then Empire's like, well, let's one-up you. Let's get an Enigma. Do you feel like either team has an edge for the big team fights?
I think if it goes down to late game, freshers on the field, definitely I'm gonna favor the Void and Enigma. But in the early game, I would say that the Magnus Troll, Kunkka A, they are definitely gonna be stronger in terms of getting their items because they have Empower with the Troll. So you're gonna be able to get to that point faster, get your items faster. The pace of your game should be faster than the Enigma Void, because the way you're gonna play Enigma is like he's gonna get a Arcane's Midas, that's the build, and you're gonna keep farming and go for a pick off if you can with the Black Hole. But otherwise, you're gonna be focused on your items. So as the Voids. Void is gonna be like, okay, I have Chrono, I'm gonna try to make a play, but otherwise I'm gonna be farming. They're both very long cooldown ultimates, and on the other hand, LGD, Kunkka A, they are short cooldown heroes. They are fast paced, they are always up. Gonna be up their team fight, so I think LGD will be playing a much faster game compared to Empire.
They won't rely as much on those big cooldowns, or I mean, they're just not as longer cooldowns, so naturally they can fight more
and
often.
they're gonna want to get the Roshan because they have the Troll.
Yeah, without the Chrono or Enigma Black Hole, Empire's draft doesn't look very scary, but LGD still have a Troll with Empower. They're likely going to have a good setup and initiator in the Kunkka, so they've got a much greater ability to constantly fight. It looks like the timer is paused. I wonder if that's a DC. Fixed PC, says Yao. Not sure what's going on here. LGD can't pick, but we've got a bit of a pause. Time to start talking. Last picks. What are you looking for out of these last two picks for the teams? Empire definitely want a mid. LGD, depending where the Magnus goes, probably looking for a mid. Could be looking for an offlaner. What are you thinking for the last two heroes here?
I'm thinking that LGD, which one is better right now? Having the Magnus on off lane. So I know both of their players, maybe an 11 utilizes the hero. But I personally favor the mid Magnus more because I think that Magnus is a hero that you want to give him more farm. Because the more he gets, like, he's going to become exponentially stronger. Want him to get to the point where you have Blink, BKB, Refresher, stuff like that. And
how do you feel about Clock Shadow Fiend? Still powerful?
Possible for Empire, but on the other hand, for LGD, I think usually for 11 sometimes he plays very weak lane, like against like a Void Oracle. I'm thinking of a Brood, because the Brood is gonna screw your lane over, and you have Enigma. You can't switch your lanes, because Enigma against Brood is pretty much suicide. You have not much options for that. So I think a Brood pick here could actually make it very difficult for Empire to play, because their lanes are pretty much set in stone. They are gonna have a carry Void, offlane Enigma. they're gonna have to pick a. I think that a Brute pick is really good for LGD, and Magnus Brute is also pretty decent.
They ban the co-op. Both teams should at least know their bans. I mean, they've had an extra 5 minutes of banning and pick time here, but obviously Empire maybe have to react to that co-op ban a little bit, so they're going to think about this.
Let's see if they actually sniff out the Brute. Yeah, the Brute could be a very dangerous pick, LGD. And for Empire, right now their last pick, they don't have co-op. They probably could still go for like something like a Lina down that try core route, or even a Tinker.
As much as you like the mid Magnus, do you feel like it's a maybe hero though? I feel like it's, I mean, it's flashy, but is it as farm intensive and awesome as the other options?
It can be his kind of hero, but obviously he's usually when people talk about maybe, you talk about Ember Spirit, talk about Storm. You don't really talk about like a Magnus.
Yep.
But for the general strategy, I think if you want to allow a Brute pick into your lineup that's gonna destroy the enemy, I think that's okay for me.
They ban the Silencer, so protecting their ultimates, and then we'll pick the Storm Spirit for themselves. So there's the Kunkka X, there's the Magnus RP, but
pretty greedy. Try call Storm faces 4, but they have a support though that doesn't need much. Sort of balances out everything. Let's see what does LGD do here. Can they actually punish? Because their lanes are pretty weak. If you look at their lanes, Void, Oracle, Enigma's just gonna farm. He's gonna farm, so it's not gonna pressure too much.
It's also a scenario where, like, even if Empire lose their lanes, they don't have like a good comeback timing. Like a lot of lineups would be like, well, they're gonna get. I mean, a Blink Dagger and Enigma is good, but you can still cancel a Black Hole. It's not like a Storm is like a Puck, like where if you're farming, your Puck gets a Blink, you smoke up, you go gank. They don't have that easy timing. Maybe the Clockwork's level 6, but to me it looks like a greedy draft that if it gets punished, will struggle to come back.
Yep, but if it gets to late game, I think that they're gonna be pretty much.
You gotta favor them.
Yeah, you're gonna be pretty much happy if you're Empire if it goes past like 30 minutes.
We'll see what the last pick is. That may be something that suggests that LGD could match them in the very late game, or they may, like you say, try and punish the greed.
Either they go like maybe an Ember so that they have some sort of lockdown, extra lockdown for the Storm, or they try to go for the Brute, which try and screw their lanes, the enemy's lane.
That is, it is the Ember Winter.
So the safer, I would say the safer pick. The Brute is a much more high risk, high reward hero because the hero doesn't games easily. He's a hero that you pick the hero, you're gonna destroy the lane, but after that, what happens is another story. Ember Spirit, you know what he's gonna provide for your team. The only worrisome thing about the Ember is like Oracle is kind of that counters the Ember because and removes the shield, the Flame Guard. And he has the Fate's Edict to deal with the magic damage that the Ember Spirit dish out in the early stages. So it's a pretty hard hero Ember to deal with, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll see how maybe looks to play and adjust around that. Maybe the plan. I mean, he's kind of the key hero to initiate the fight. If you don't go on something else, you may get saved by the Oracle. So as much as possible, Magnus or whoever is going to likely be trying to jump on him, even potentially the Ember Spirit. So.
But I'm wondering whether he goes like a physical build. He's with the Magnets. I've seen certain players do it, but not sure how well it is, how well it's gonna work because the physical build on Ember is more pace, and you have a Magnus Troll on your team. Those two heroes are gonna farm a lot.
See how early movement's out and see exactly what happens. It is going to be Miposhka playing this Oracle in the game and out of the game with this last pick Ember as predicted. See what LGD have in store. 11 playing the offlane Magnus. It will be maybe, or tagged up as Somnus playing the Ember Spirit. Yao playing the Ancient Apparition. Armate playing the Troll Warlord. Victoria on the Kunkka. On the dire side, we'll have Ghostic playing Enigma in the offlane. FN, the mid laner, playing the Storm Spirit. Miposhka on Oracle. The support Clockwork being played by Roger. And that finally leaves the stand-in Resolution on Faceless Void.
By the Magnus, by the way.
I thought they removed clipping. What happened, Winter?
He got skewered.
Yep, he got skewered.
Does he have a TP?
Void has one, yes. Can he pass it? Yes, he can. He can't use it though because he TP'd to lane. So, problems.
I'm sure it's fine. It's not like a support Magnus.
He can't help his buddy out though. This Void needs help. Miposhka is here though to save the day. 11, is he going to cliff anyone else? Does he want in?
He's baiting. Look at him, he's baiting.
Yeah,
he wants
like,
to get the
I'm
Oracle.
going to get this rune. Yeah, I'm coming back in. wants the rune. We'll get it to 11. What a great start for him. He's taking a lot of damage. He clips another one. The Void will go back down. He wants the first blood 11. He may pay for his sins here. He salves up the rocket flare as well. Oh, Roger, you troll. He tries to cancel the TP with the Kunkka Torrent. He's not going to get it, and that will lead to Clock being bottom.
I'm not sure if that was good to get the rocket though. That's going to hamper his early laning presence.
Okay. Well, it was the first blood, but perhaps not expecting the Void to be able to cancel the salve in time to get that kill. Void did manage to catch up and ultimately secure it.
The problem is like the won't do anything now. He has rocket flare at level 1.
Oh,
So
really?
it's gonna affect them in some way in the laning phase.
I was trying to find a silver lining to having rocket flare around. I'm struggling here, Winter. Bro, Victoria, the smoke courier snipe. Your melee hero, you can still snipe those couriers. Gets on top of it. No way to micro
Yeah,
the smoke.
that was a very good play there by Victoria. It's getting much more common nowadays that there is smoke. Oh, Atlan here in trouble.
Torrent landed. He will have another torrent soon. Victoria may just chase for this one, knowing that if he lands this, he could get a kill. Maybe he's also going to rotate in, and it looks like Victoria should just get the first blood. He has the boots here. Another remnant coming out. Victoria. Ooh, he couldn't chase into that remnant. It was going to do too much damage. And Roger, you mentioned the rocket flare. Well, this is the problem.
Nice rocket flare, bro.
Oh, he's got the movement speed advantage. 360 versus 345. He's going to chase this one down, but the Tango regen going to be a bit too much. A lot of action here early on. These teams just settle down. Guys.
I mean, if you're Empire and you're not losing right now, because early game wise, I think that LGD have a much more aggressive early game with the Kunkka and the A. Both of the supports are really strong in the early game. Empire wants to play a much...
A bash! Oh, Renzo. 2 bashes and like 3 or 4 hits there. It's a level 1 bash. You wouldn't believe it, but it was.
So overall right now, Empire gets another extra kill here. So Rezo's gonna have a very, very fast, smooth early game.
Are you concerned about Storm's last hits right now? He's very far behind in the mid lane.
Because he got chased around by the Kunkka earlier. That's...
Can the Clock get the courier back? Courier snipe one way. He's gonna cogs it! Roger says, nom nom nom. Courier for dinner.
Oh, that's something new for me.
I've never seen that either. That was something new. FN, uh-oh. Cold Feet Root, he is done for. This is an all-in brawl here in the early game. 2 courier snipes, multiple kills, there's been cliffings, there's been lucky bashes. Like, this game has more entertainment than you'd often find in the first 3 minutes than you will in the first 30 minutes of a lot of games.
That's why it's very important to control rune. The only reason Yao was there because he picked up the 2-minute rune and he saw Kunkka around. Like Kunkka was like staying around guarding the Ember. And he's like, maybe we can try and do something here. Comes over with the rune, gets that kill. Like this is one of the few things where when you talk about early game, I don't think it gets talked about enough. Controlling the runes, how important it is. Carrying all those 2-minute rune, 4-minute rune, 6-minute. Every rune gives you a lot of opportunities to create a play of kill.
See if Roger can get any revenge in there. Cogs up the Ember, but it didn't look like he wanted to cogs him. It looked like he wanted to push him out.
Yeah.
Maybe tries to farm some of those cogs. This Ember very far ahead in CS for the mid lane. Magnus at top he's died twice, but he's got some farm to go with it. 13 CS, level 4. This offlane Magnus is doing very well, I would say.
Well, I think he got the rune well, so overall he's pretty happy with the farm that he's getting. And he received any help from his team. Overall, that's really good for LGD. They've been choosing to secure maybe's lane the most, the Ember's lane.
And they're securing in more runes. He'll get a DD rune, very dangerous rune to have with his level 6 approaching.
Yep, and if you think about the way they're approaching, Storm is the hero that is the one that is most likely moving around, creating pressure and making momentum for Empire and shutting this hero down out of their 3 cores. It's one of the better decisions that LGD can game. Takes a ward here, so
I get him. Yep. Stayed in. Ghosting should be done for. And this tower's already taken a bit of a beating. Revenge kill from Roger. Not really possible. He hasn't got battery assault. A whole lot here. And Toria taking a lot of damage. Actually will go down. Just enough damage with the Eidolons to him down. Close to escaping.
So right now, what does LGD? LGD, they're gonna want to at some point stack as much as they can so they can actually let Troll lead the lane. Give experience to very important. You want your level 6 ASAP, so you that global assistance.
They're going in mid. Got the root, the torrent to follow up. This is going to be an easy kill. The level 6 Ember. There's a reason the Storm is not mid lane, it's because he'll die. So it's Clockwork instead. The Storm, speaking of which, is level 4. This is actually looking really bad for Empire. Despite those 2 kills early on top, they've got a level 4 Storm, 2 levels behind the Ember. They have Clockworks on the level. They're losing their bottom tier 1 tower. Army going to get the last hit and everything. So as a whole, this game is going swimmingly for LGD.
I mean, this is part of the fact why I talked about the Rocket Flare level 1 on Clockwork a lot. Because it does affect the game in some way, like the early game.
Yeah.
You're not going to do so much in the early game. He was really lucky at getting, maybe not lucky, but he made a really good play, getting the career with the power cord. But apart from that, he's not going to be able to help his lanes a lot. And we'll have to see whether the point Black Hole.
Yep. Control. There's a TP in from Roger. Ame
No TP.
has a salve. Won't get a chance to use it. Yeah, no TP. He's still juking with the phase boots. And he can go up. He's got Oracle damage coming in as well. Miposhka is, yeah, he's got the kill. He didn't want to steal it, but he decided he had to. He waited to see.
I was quite surprised that Rezo didn't roll. Regardless, they got the kill. They didn't get the kill, then there would be themselves in the head. Why did not rotate the void? But it was just enough for them to get that kill. So first black hole of the game, getting the carry kill.
Yep. A bit far up for Troll to be. Probably should have anticipated. Maybe Enigma just hit level 6, which is where he was caught by surprise. But ultimately, his team and himself, he respawns. They push mid. There's no black hole. There is a Chronosphere to worry about, but the damage output, the Storm's not level 6, and they can check that on the scoreboard. He just hits it now. Fence potentially coming in from Roger. Gets rooted, cold feeded. He is taking quite a lot of damage here, and the right clicks will finish him off. The tower goes to Maybe, and he wants more. He goes charging in. Not going to get the Searing Chains off.
Oh my god.
Very close to an additional kill there.
This is what we talked about earlier in the draft. They have a lot of like very long cooldowns. So LGD, look at what the Pro did. He died bottom to a black hole. He was level 5. He TP'd mid to push a tower right away. He understands that big spell has been expanded. I want to get something in for my team. TP's mid, gets the tower. Like, that was a very good play for this team. They would not have gotten a tower in the... All in all, I think LGD gonna be okay losing the carry earlier, trading for the tower there.
Yeah, in the big picture and grand scheme of things, that is worthwhile trade for them. They walk away with additional map control, and just the pressure continues from their side.
And looking at the stack as well, how many stacks do they have?
It's like 2 on the other side as well.
Yeah.
We asked about the Ember build. Well, he's not level 10 yet. We'll find out. He's going for the Veil, so suggesting for now magic damage. But sometimes you see the Veil and he still goes for that level 10 damage stat. Now that the spell amp is only 8%, it's not as potent as it used to be.
Smoke as well. Right now, LGD
Empire.
bringing the aggression towards Empire.
They scan completely on the wrong side of the map, but that also may suggest that instead of going, they just pinged. That was a dire ping. It looked like from Clockwork.
They're bringing everyone top. Just
the tower. That seems to be something Rezo knows, that they are likely to come top to push. May also mean they're going to try and gank him in the process. We'll see how long he stays up here. He's going to TP out.
This is very like aggressive from LGD. If you look at what LGD has, usually the teams will be set the troll into the NC, into the jungle, so you can actually get levels on bots, because at the current game, current state of the game, A is level 4, Kunkka is level 3, and almost level 4. You want to get those two supports level 6 in there.
You do enter, but at the same time, you know your enemy supports are also not level 6. So they're doing this while the Oracle and the Clock are also not level 6. So it's like, yeah, our support's at level 6, but neither are theirs. I think it goes both ways. we'll see after they take a few towers, probably them settle back and maybe get those key levels. Not to mention that Tomb of Experience coming up in a couple of seconds.
Probably give it. I think you give it to the.
Lean towards Kunkka.
Quite tricky though, because the AI slot is also something that you want to have on the field so that the Ember is much more of a threat in the map. Impulshka gonna get run down here by the Ember, played by Maybe.
Got a DD room, Impulshka trying to juke. I don't know how well this is going to work. And Black Hole being expended. They really want this kill. He has got a Remnant to escape to. They've got to kill him during this. And okay, he popped his wand before Remnanting away. Did manage to live.
That was not sure about that Black Hole, but still a decent attempt.
Very close. It made when he popped the wand, it made it look like he easily survived. But he got down to like what 60 to 80 HP. It looked like.
Maybe if they have a point in the.
Yes.
He went for a more farming build because he was very farming.
You don't anticipate an opportunity like that to present itself.
Actually, all in all, it was still a good attempt, considering everything. They still haven't used Chronosphere yet. Okay, so if you can actually get a big kill, they're still very contented in farming and just getting their items up because they're Empire effort. Video lineup.
Yep. Well, you asked about the tomb. It looks like Kunkka bought it and brought it to himself, but he's not used it. So perhaps he's about to hit level 6 at bottom.
Gonna give it to he's gonna hit level 6 here, and he's gonna walk and pass it to.
Yep.
A does not have a link.
He's actually quite farmed. Has a buckler already. A very fast mech for Victoria.
This is a bro play right there. Not eating the tomb.
Yeah, it's like I'm not level 6. You could eat it, but it's like, do you really need it? You're gonna get level 6. Shot finds Magnus, the skewer out, not going to be there, and FN comes in to secure the kill. His recovery is beginning.
Magnus close to his blink.
Yeah. Oh, he got the arcane boots, but yeah, he is still close to it.
Oh, he has arcanes. Okay, not like very.
0-3, but I don't think his score kind of reflects his purpose right now. He is meant to be the.
He is only gonna need to have dagger this game and empower his throw.
I mean, if you go to that late game against Void Enigma, you may ask for like a refresher on him as well. I don't think LGD want to go there. They want to end much earlier.
20-25 minutes, I think that's pretty much the timings that I think by that time you want to have at least taken one set of racks from Pyre with the Magnus. And Roshan is still something that they have to play in the near future.
Big question is, Enigma rushing a BKB, how potent will this BKB hold be? There is a Magnus RP, which is not the most reliable way to cancel it, depending on where he's positioned, having a blink. The Ghost Ship is completely unreliable since it has a travel time, so it could be a very difficult spell to deal with when Ghost Stick finishes this BKB.
It's gonna come down to who gets like the first move, like the initiation.
And I mean, Enigma almost doesn't care if Magnus initiates a fight as long as he's not caught because he can counterplay it.
I think once Ghost gets BKB plus Blink, and that's gonna be a very important
make of this arming in the Roche pit. Get your Yasher out, bro. You don't need that TP or Quelling Blade. Alright, there we go.
Dude, you want your Quelling Blade. Extra damage.
It doesn't work on Roche anymore, does it? Used to, right? Or maybe it does work on Roche, but it's no longer percent based.
It still does,
Right.
But it's 24 damage. Everything counts. But like I said, that was the next objective LGD wants to, or needs to get.
Which being scouted. Rocket Flare is there. They're trying to block the hook shot. Yao and Victoria from the north. They know this is scouted out. He does. He goes in. He gets it. Roger snatches it. Is there any backup coming in? He's on his own. He'll die for this.
Oh, that's
second life. Here comes Rezo with a Chrono. He's going to go for it. Only catches one. It's the Kunkka. The Ghost Ship's already been thrown. This is not the Chrono who's looking for. Stormwall will finish the kill. Meanwhile, the Black Hole to the south. It's coming out from Ghostic. He gets cold feeded up. They are still doing well in this fight. In Empire, they want more. They're trying to chase LGD back. And they will get a decent exchange at the pit.
That was really, really good for Empire, MVP, Clockwork. But then again, if you look at that fight, LGD supports the Kunkka and the A. They were running away when they saw the Clockwork. I think they probably should have like stick together more to block. I don't think they should have allowed the Clockwork to actually get the hook. Maybe even the A running up and dying would have been better.
FN, he's low on mana. He may have stretch his luck a bit up here. Without a Soul Ring, they know he's low on mana and they will chase him down.
But all in all, Empire is still gonna be really happy. That was their first chrono. He tried to get like 2 heroes, but in the end he was only able to clip the Conquer, and he wasn't able to get the throw in the Chronosphere. But all things considered, it was a good exchange for Empire.
Get another catch here. It's on the void. He should be able to time walk out, but he's stun locked up. He won't get a chance to pick off after pick off. Roger is next on the chopping block as he gets X pulled back in, brought down. That is
Again, this is what is gonna happen. Last fight, even though it was good for Empire, they had to expand their Chrono and Black Hole. And
Yeah.
once those 2 spells down, LGD just runs at you.
I mean, this is, you can imagine how bad it would be if LGD had taken the Aegis and won that fight. That was such a high-risk play for Empire that somehow panned out, and the result is still multiple towers pickoffs going LGD's way. Sure, maybe the Storm shouldn't have been picked at top, and the picks at mid could have been avoided, but ultimately you see how strong LGD are right now when those ultis are down, like you said, and this could be even worse if not for some small but massive plays coming out from individual players like the Clockwork.
Yep, so the Ember actually indeed skipped the magic. And he
Power?
no, he went for the damage talent.
Yeah, he's got Empower, I guess, to complement the damage tower.
So it's gonna be like some magic and some physical. It's gonna be like the in-between Ember Spirit.
Well, the Veil is like, sweet, you get 25% magic resistance removed from your enemies. It's a huge boost in magic damage. 8%, you're like, eh, that's not worth
Wait,
it, you know?
Chronosphere was used.
What
He
happened?
missed the chrono on 11. Not sure if you caught that.
No, I did not.
He
Which
tried.
for Rezo's sake, it's probably good we did not catch that one.
How can you be so biased, Parker?
I know what you're talking about. What Chrono Winter? I didn't miss anything. I've never missed a kill in my life.
So, Miss Chrono, LGD, on the other hand, doing the right move again. Smoke, running at the enemy.
And no, there's no Chrono. 11's ready to initiate. Unlikely to need any ultis for this kill. Koshka will be done for. 11 staying smoked up on the side. He wants to wait for a bigger kill. And with smoke still active, could use this to scout out
Did they
someone.
see the Enigma?
Yep, it's been pinged.
This is gonna be bad if they catch him out. He's close to his BKB.
Tucked himself in the trees though. Looks like, yeah, he'll TP himself out of
Empire
there.
needs time. Empire needs time. They have to buy maybe 5 to 10 minutes at least to farm.
This ward room. Once it may be down there, there we go.
That's a good ward.
Yeah. Medium went on the cliff, the obvious one that can get dewarded, so
That's a really good ward.
Radiant's top tower
Someone placed this ward in my pub yesterday. Like, yeah, oh, this is actually a really good ward.
did you commend him?
No.
Seriously, commend him.
I was on the opposing ward.
Storm, pulled back in, brought down. Thought he could TP out after the Searing Chains, but Kunkka was there
he
as
was
well.
trying to, like I said, buy his team time, creep skip. They're gonna have to do all these kind of shenanigans because right now the game is way too fast for Empire. They have to slow the pace of the game down. And unfortunately for them, the only one that can like creep skip reliably is the Storm. I mean, you can to a certain extent do it on the Void, but it's not going to be very quick and safe.
You say reliably, it's similarly not very safe for the Storm, as we just saw. There's multiple good initiations with Ember having a blink, Kunkka just being Kunkka with level 4 X max the spot. May even see some kind of blink or Aether Lens on him, and Magnus could theoretically just blink RP, so they've got lots of good catch options. Well worth using.
Have we seen an RP this game?
Yeah, you know, it's
At some point?
it's the threat of the RP that's scary.
More like the Empower until this stage.
Yeah.
Empowering the Troll and the Ember all the time.
He's definitely helped them farm faster.
You can
clear
talk about
ancients.
the RP all you want when you pick a Magnus, but truthfully, the Empower is the thing that big part of the hero. You pick the hero for the Empower in a lot of games, not just talk about the RP.
All the more reason I guess you would happily use it for a solo kill on Storm. It's not a key spell for a team fight for them necessarily, or to press their advantage. If you can get a solo pick on a Storm, you'll happily throw an ultimate for it.
Yeah, I think right now he's just like really happy and just making sure that he's empowering the Troll. If he gets a pick off, he gets a pick off. If he doesn't, he's just gonna keep farming and keep scared.
I think he's really happy because his job in life is just to empower his teammates.
I mean, if you win, as long as you win,
I
you
don't
know.
know.
To me, winning is everything. You can be doing the shittiest job in the game, just like a lich. But as long as your team wins the game, you know, that's all that. I'm surprised that he actually didn't go for a Midas on the Magnus. He goes for a less greedier like build, more to the team so that he can initiate. It's like a smoke, you know.
Wants to
Shadow
use his
Blade.
RP, you know. He's hearing you, Winter. He's like, I'll show you RP.
You know, I'm thinking of it on another angle. I'm not using my RP, so I'm just getting a Midas to keep farming.
He didn't actually skill RP until like level 9 or 10 or something, because he was just bombing very early on.
You know, KP would have gotten a Midas. KP likes his Midas after playing on Magnus.
Yeah, it's like you've done your job, you've got your blink, so if your team wants to split, you can.
Time to reward myself after.
I'll give you guys a little bit, then give myself a bit more.
So right now, state of the game wise, LGD has already successfully taken all the 6 outer towers. They're gonna want to wait for the next Roshan. Item wise, I would say that the next big item is the BKB and Throw. I think that's gonna be their like Throw is like Sven. When you get the BKB, it's gonna be a huge power spike.
Oh
no!
He's got a BKB, but he won't want to use it for this.
Oh, that is no good.
Like
That is not slowing the game down, that is speeding the game.
I like the blink on the troll. You mentioned the BKB is coming next, but this blink just gives him that. Him and Ember could instantly blink and jump someone, and a hero like Enigma who has a BKB
Okay.
doesn't get a chance to use it. Ember just goes charging in. He has got the X to pull it back out. They've caught the clock. He will be bailed out by the Oracle False Promise. False Promise. He's going in again. This X marks the spot, being spammed on the Ember Spirit. It's like no way to clear the creeps. Ame is on the high ground, being disarmed for now. Maybe he's just going to keep getting X, keep just charging in with the Blink Dagger. This X is so effective as an initiation tool.
That's good enough. Enigma's already up. There's no point for him to take any risk right now before the Roshan. Roshan and BKB, that's gonna be their strong. And I wonder what Ember's gonna build next as well. He's gonna have to build like a damage item, some sort. Like generally, you see either the Maelstrom, those are the items that the Ember next.
The Empower and damage build, do you think there's more likely we see like a damage, like an actual damage item, like the old school like Daedalus type pickup?
I'm not sure though. I feel like right now he just needs like some cheap damage. Doesn't need to be too expensive. Oh, and higher. They have their ultis up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yearly Shadow Blades, Clockwork. No, we had it before the dust, but was not on top
I
of
mean,
it.
the thing is right now for Empire, you need to be very careful because the second Roshan is spawning soon. If you use your Black Hole of Chrono to get a kill, which is not a core or not an important hero, then you are going to risk losing them. So when you make this kind of move at this stage, you need to consider Roshan is coming up. I need to kill a hero significant enough to stop them from getting Roshan.
Pochka runs into Ame. I don't know if he'll be too happy about this one. Chop down BKB was used though. Ame blinks forward knowing that he wants to get something out of this BKB. The BKB wearing off to Ghost Stick and a Black Hole 2! Great Black Hole from him! The Storm zips in as well. The Ghost Ship's Annabelle off the RP! Even bigger! Holy moly! Empire get demolished! 5 dead! And they sing a shanty to celebrate as Kunkka and co march down the middle lane. Ooh, where did that RP even come from?
He was already in the Black Hole.
Oh,
He didn't die.
oh no!
Thanks to the boat from Victoria there. And that was it. 4-man RP. Fight is over. Rex is down. They're not even going to use their buybacks because they know that, okay, another kill.
Well, kill after kill. Rax could potentially get
Rax,
taken.
they might actually get another set of Rex here. They? Probably not. Not enough damage yet.
Yeah, he'll happily back out. Well, in hindsight, Void's probably kicking himself. Did not use his Chronos here. Had a chance to Chrono that Magnus.
I mean,
And paid the price.
he thought Magnus was gonna die, but he just barely got it off. With thanks to the boat from Victoria. Costly team fight there for Empire. So Roshan is gonna be up next for LGD as well, but Empire still has their Chronosphere to contest. I mean, I think they have to go though. If Roshan goes down, I think the game is gonna be pretty much over for them. They need to contest this Rosh. If they don't, some of them are smoked, some of them are not.
Here they come. Roger, he's going to rocket flare it up. Can he find 11? He's right on top of the sentry ward. Uh-oh. He's being caught out. He's going to get jumped on here. They need this Void Chronosphere. They need it soon. The Magnus will go down. He did not have the RP anyways. X marks the spot on Rezo. He's going to throw a Chrono, but I don't think this is a Chrono he can fight under. And I think he's could be done for here. He's been caught by the Ice Blast. He may not get a heal off this depending when it ends. It looks like Rezo is just going to die here. Yep, he's dead.
That's pretty much their last chance to fight back themselves into the game. They have used their chrono. Black Hole is going to be up in 50 seconds. Not too optimistic about their chances of holding the next push at all. They need to land a really big Black Hole. That's the only spell they're going to have. I think LGD is going to run right down one lane right now because Chronosphere is down. So they're going to have to deal with only the Black Hole. BKB up on Troll, Skadi on the way. So he actually went for a Shiva Maelstrom on the Ember Spirit. It's like the common magic build where Ember Spirit go.
Armor this game, I mean, it's a lot of magic damage on the dire side, but for the attack speed reduction, which does help against the Void and the Storm.
I mean, it's still a really good item combination because of the Veil. The Veil gives you more magic damage. I mean, it weakens their magic damage, then you have the Shiva and the Maelstrom. Like, generally, you see these items paired with the magic talent at level 10. I mean, I guess ever since the buff to the 30 damage, I mean, it got changed from what, 20 to 30? Yeah,
I think that, yeah, that sounds right.
it's significant enough to actually get it over the spell right now, even though you're going for the magic build.
LGD with Aegis in hand, they're gonna plow through these outer towers and set themselves up for a
Chrono
high
in
ground.
18, so they're gonna have both their big spells, but not sure how many heals they need in the Chrono. They're probably gonna need as much as they can.
Power Troll's gonna keep on hitting the tower, meanwhile the Ember's gonna keep on creating
Save
chaos.
Siege, save Siege. Just leave the Troll.
Oh, Troll is not gonna be left, he's gonna charge in, he gets Solar Black Hole, Ghostic just thought he was dead. Opts to just use it to try and break the Aegis, but he will take a lot of damage in return. The fight is not looking good for Empire. They do take the Aegis. Resolution gets a decent off the backlines, catches a lot of the RP. It's a bit better, and it's going to catch the two key heroes there in Empire before it's even ended. GG out of this game, and well, that is it for game number 1. LGD, the designated champions of TI7, as goes the Chinese memes, have at least notched one more group.